he's very excited at all times, so he walks around a lot and barks, so hopefully that won't happen during this video, but alas, that's just the situation at the moment, so hopefully it's not too distracting. I apologize. So, this game is called Exploding Kittens, the original edition. It is, as you can see, a card game for people who are into kittens, and explosions. I don't know if you can see that, but the cat is holding a grenade that goes boom in laser beams. And of course, sometimes goats. So, I thought that it would be fun to walk through and tell you about some of the cards that are included in this game. So, this is what they look like. Exploding Kittens, as you can see. There are, I believe, 2 expansion packs in this game, or that's been mixed into the original deck that we have. So, I don't know where they are in the deck, but I thought we would go through and read some of them so you can see what the descriptions are. So, the first card. This is called a swap top and bottom. Make some poor medical decisions. As you can see, the diagram is pretty disturbing, to be honest. It looks like someone who has surgically replaced and swapped their arms and legs. And they are saying, I am no longer structurally sound. Structurally sound. And what this card does is swap the top and bottom cards of the draw pile. Interesting. Let's go to the next card. Oh, what do you know? It's all the same. Hopefully they're not all the same. Oh gosh. Hold on. Let's see. They might all be the same. I don't know. Maybe we'll just go this way so we can see. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. So, this is a favor card. And what you do with this one is you place it and use it as an action card. And as you can see, one player must give you a card of their choice. So someone takes from their hand a card and gives it to you. And they have the ability to choose which card you receive. This can be helpful, but a lot of times you get some pretty okay stuff. And I don't mean okay as like a good card, to be honest. Most of the time it's something like this, which is a cat. I think there's like 4 or maybe 5 types of cat cards. So there's this one, which is the Rainbow Ralphing Cat. Maybe Rolfing. I don't know. I think this is like a meme, but to be honest, I'm not really sure what it is. So, this is a cat card. It is powerless on its own. Powerless on its own. Powerless on its own. So in order to play this, you have to play 2 of the same card. So 2 Rainbow Rolfing Cats. And what you can do is steal. You can steal a random card from another player. So they fan out their whole deck, their whole hand, and they show you the back. And you would pick a card at random from their hand. This can be kind of nice, but the thing that's bad about it is that it takes 2 of these cards was a hairy potato. The eyes are kind of cute, but the rest of the body is pretty gross, in my opinion. And this is a very similar type to these two, where you need two hairy potato cats. Two hairy potato cats in order to, steal a card from another player's hand. Put that up there. I'll move this over so maybe it's a little bit more of a surprise. See here. Okay. So you might have already seen it, but this is an attack card. An attack card. Awaken the Pterodactyl. As you can see, that's a bear as a pterodactyl. So, what does that put together? Bear-o-dactyl. What this does, so this is, I haven't really explained the rules. I probably should have done that. These cards might make more sense, but at the end of your turn, you have to draw from the draw pile, from the deck. And there's always the danger, the risk of picking up an exploding kitten, which basically kills you and puts you out of the game, unless you have a diffuse card, which saves you, diffuses the exploding kitten. So this card is really great if you want to avoid picking up a card at the end of your turn. So you do not draw any cards, and you force the next player to take 2 turns. You can see attack at times 2 or 2 times. It forces the next player to pick up 2 cards. And the fun thing about this card is that if I put this down, and then the next person also puts something down, it multiplies or it stacks on top of this card. So the next person after me, and then the next person after them, that final person would have to pick up 4 cards. 4. It can get really interesting, and it's really fun, especially when one of the cards that you force someone to pick up is an exploding kitten. People get really mad in this game, and it's really funny. This is another card that I think is one of the more useful cards in Exploding Kittens, and that is the skip card. And what this does is it ends your turn without drawing a card. So this card, you can basically avoid your turn by forcing the next person to do your turn and their turn. This one just avoids your turn completely. It can also get you out of certain action cards. So if the person before me put down an action card, or the attack card, excuse me, and they were saying, hey, you have to pick up two cards, I could say, no way, Jose. I'm going to skip that. And then I'm passing it on to the next person to do that. This is really useful, especially near the end of the game where there's not a lot of cards and all the exploding kittens are still in the deck. It makes people really mad. That's a common theme you'll see in this game. People get really, really, really mad, which makes me happy. So, we have our first imploding kitten. Not exploding, so this is one of the expansion pack cards. This is the Imploding Kitten expansion. So what this does is, when drawn face down, you put it back in the deck face up without using a diffuse. But when it's drawn face up, explode immediately, and it can't be diffused. So basically, the first time you see this, or whoever sees this first, you're golden. If you see it second, you're screwed. this expansion yet, because we actually just got it like a week or two ago. But it should be pretty fun. I'm curious to see how it goes. I might make another video updating kind of that style. I'm just gonna put this over here because my phone isn't gonna capture everything. Okay. The next card is a targeted attack card. This is a pretty funny illustration. So, deploy the groin kicking panda bear. It's kind of funny. Do not draw any cards. Force any player to take 2 turns, and then the play continues from that player. So, this is similar to this card. So we have the groin kicking panda bear and the pterodactyl. Which one do you like better? Personally, I think I'm leaning towards the panda bear. There's just something about it that is speaking to me. I feel like I'm in the Louvre right now looking at these 2 masterpieces. But, okay, let's focus. So, this one, you can force any player, and then it starts from that player. This one, it's just the next turn, so you're basically passing your turn to the next person. This one is just saying, you know what, I really dislike you. I'm going to pick you out. I'm going to single you out. Just so you can have a worse time in this game. Always fun. Always fun. Ooh, this is also a new one. Targeted attack. Unleash a shark who hurts with words instead of teeth. Oh my god. And this is a shark that looks like it's in lava or fire, maybe. Maybe lava. And it's saying, you're fat. This is crazy. So this is the same as this one. The panda, the groin-kicking panda bear, where you force any player to take 2 turns, and then the play continues from that player. Disrupt the space crab continuum. There's also another one here. A golden-haired manatee. There's like a cartoon that this hair reminds me of. I want to say it's like Conan or something. I don't know, like the sheen and the glow around the hair is kind of funny. Alright. Oh, this is a fun one too. Reverse. Try something new today. That's an interesting image, but you reverse the order of play and then end your turn without drawing a card. So this basically switches the way that the game is going. So if someone goes to me and I play this card, it would go back to them. Kind of a bounce back, which is nice. There's this one too. Return from an unpleasant doctor's visit. There's also this one. Go back in time and steal a pregnant dinosaur. Jesus. Okay. And then there's this one. Receive a hairy tummy massage. Yikes. Okay. So we got this one too. Draw from the bottom. Take a big bite of your coward sandwich. End your turn by drawing the card at the bottom of the draw pile. You know, this one, I've used it a couple times, and I don't really think it's that good. It doesn't. I feel like there's there's probably some statistic out there, but I feel like there's the same amount of risk, at least known to you at the time, as it's face down, right? So if you pick from the bottom versus the top, I don't really see the difference in terms of picking an exploding kitten. The only thing I will say about this, so if, for instance, I was gonna use maybe if someone wanted to put an Alter the Future card, one of these, and they rearranged it, so the top card was just a normal card. The second card, the one that I would be picking up, is an exploding kitten. And then it was my turn, right? I could do this, and then I would pick from the bottom instead of the next card, which would be an exploding kitten. So I guess as I'm saying this, there is some strategy for this card, but just in general play, outside of someone doing that or rearranging it, I don't really see the point or the strategy there. There's also this one. Oops, release fireworks from your underpants. Okay. There's discover you have a sentient toilet. Come back, I'm still hungry. Oh, that's disturbing. Say something nice. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And obviously that's a heart illustration. Okay, here we go. An exploding kitten. Show this card immediately. Okay, so this is a cat scratching out the eyes and they're driving up a cliff. So as I mentioned, you get this card, you die, unless you have a diffuse card, and we haven't gotten one of those yet, but I'll show that soon, hopefully. I'm just going through the deck. Okay, this is a fun one. This is the second expansion. A streaking kitten. Distract an exploding kitten with your magnificent cat bod. Sorry about that. I hope you didn't hear the dog bark. If you did, I'm gonna probably try and edit that out. Sorry, as I said, he's a very excitable dog, so he kind of goes at stuff pretty forcefully, and he's really loud. Okay, so we have a streaking kitten. Distract an exploding kitten with your magnificent cat bod. As long as this card is in your hand, you may draw and secretly hold one exploding kitten without blowing up. So this is interesting. I actually did not know that this card did this. I thought this was essentially a diffuse card. But, so I think there's an interesting strategy with this card. So if I had this and I picked it up and say someone stole one of my cards, right? They stole one of my cards, and they had an exploding kitten, and they didn't have this card in their hand. They would die. Or if someone tried to play a favor card where I can give them a card of my choice. In a game with this card is really stupid, because I could just give someone an exploding kitten and they would instantly die. this is a cause for alarm. Say, nuclear explosion or nuclear cloud with a cat on it. So, what this does is you remove the exploding kittens from the deck, shuffle the deck, put all the kittens face down on top. Your turn ends after playing this card. So basically, this is kind of like the end card, because the idea is that so basically, all of the cards, oh my gosh, this dog is like not stopping to move. So basically, all of the exploding kittens are the deck. Like, typically they're spaced out. So this concentrates them all at the top of the deck. So if you're just, if it's late at night and you're just done with the game that you're playing and you want this game to be over, this is the one that you would choose, I suppose. This is a funny one. This is also the second expansion. Okay. Alright. So these are all the same cards here. They alter the future. So we've already gone through these here, you know. Curse of the cat butt. Curse someone with an unwanted fur bum. That is, wow, that's it. I did not realize they'd be illustrating that. And then Nikola Tesla materializes as a pigeon and teaches you 5 things. So the difference between the first expansion, Alter the Future, and the second one is that you can view and arrange 5 cards. So instead of the first expansion, where you could only view 3 and not do anything, and the first expansion, where you could view 3 and then rearrange them, this one does 5, and you can rearrange all of them. So that's pretty cool. Alright, garbage collection. Be adventurous on a first date. Go skinny dipping in hot garbage. Every player, including the one who played this card, must choose 1 card to shuffle into the draw pile. I guess this one is good, because you might have some people that get rid of their cards, but they get to choose which card it is, so maybe they didn't have a lot, and they just wanted to get rid of some, so I guess that could be good. I don't know, I'd have to actually play with it to see, but, okay, this is Mark. What was yours is now mine. So this card, you choose a player and randomly pick one of their cards. They must keep that card facing outward in their hand until it is played or stolen. I don't know, this one is randomly pick one of their cards. They must keep that card facing outward in their hand. Oh, okay, well. I mean, yeah, I guess that would be good if you actually, pick a good card, but if it's just something like one of these, I don't really know how useful that is, so I guess it's just a, kind of game of chance there. But I guess that's what this all is. Man, I'm trying to find oh, here we go. So, here's one of the other cat cards. It's a taco cat, which, if you didn't know, is a palindrome, which means it is spelled the same way going forward as it does going backwards. Taco cat. Taco cat. Again, this is one of the cat cards, so you need 2 of these in order to play it, or you can steal it from someone's deck, or from someone's hand, I should say. Okay. So, there's only a couple other cards left that I haven't shown you, and I'm going through the deck right now to pull them out. I believe there's 5 more cards that we haven't seen, so hopefully I can find them relatively quickly. this is the shuffle card. An electromagnetic Pomeranian storm rolls in from the east, so you can see a tornado of Pomeranians. This just allows you to shuffle the draw pile. In a game that I was playing most recently with my girlfriend, I was really messing with her, and I played this card, and I basically, while she wasn't looking, rearranged all of the Exploding Kittens to fall on her turn. So, she got so mad that she kept picking up Exploding Kitten after Exploding Kitten, and she had like 4 diffuses, which I don't even know how that's possible, because, like, I mean, we are playing with 6 other people, so in theory, everyone should have 1, and then there should be like maybe like 3 or 4 more in the deck. But like, she had like 4 or 5 diffuses, which again, like maybe she stole them from people, but I was like, I don't even feel bad. But technically, you're supposed to use this card. You're supposed to shuffle it away from you, where you can't really see anything, or like see the actual cards themselves. And then you shuffle until someone tells you to stop. No one told me to stop because everyone was pissed. Apparently, I didn't realize that everyone had lost their diffuse card to her somehow, which I didn't know until she picked up the last one and she finally got kicked out of the game, because I was like, you know what? This isn't fun when one person has all of the diffuses. Speaking of diffuses, diffuse via participation in kitten yoga. So, instead of exploding, secretly put an exploding kitten back in the draw pile. So this, if you pick up an exploding kitten, basically saves your life. Pretty helpful, especially if you have a lot of them. And this is one of my favorite cards, last but not least, the Nope card. Feed your opponent a Nope sandwich with extra Nope sauce. This stops the action of another player. Any action. So if I wanted to do, let's see, if someone did a targeted attack on me, they tried to hit me with the fat hamster crossbow, I could say nope, and that would stop the card. It would stop this card, so I wouldn't have to pick up the 2 cards for my turn. It's a pretty useful card. Yeah, so these are all of the cards. I don't know, you probably can't see all of them. They're scattered all on my kitchen island, but yeah, these are all the cards. This is a really fun game, in my opinion. It's really grown on me. I used to not really like it as much because sometimes it can take a while, and it doesn't really